Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we're going to be talking about the Block Wars Rookies 1 recap, because also, this is probably the last recap that I'll do for a little bit, not just because I'm pre-recording, but also because this is covering every event before the first little break at the late end of last year, and I think the difference between those two events is significant enough that I think the change of the shift of how the event will be talked about is definitely a little noticeable. Either way, Block Wars Rookies was a fantastic idea that had pretty solid execution, not perfect, and we're going to talk about it because Rookies 1 was definitely the most stressful event I think I've ever had to put together with Anthos, obviously. Anthos and I together had to put this thing together, and it was terrifying and frustrating and stressful and everything. It was bad, but we made it work, kind of. Here's the Block Wars Rookies page. Obviously, you can see the players here. There's a bunch of newcomers that were introduced this event, but also there's a bunch of substitutes in this event too. A lot of people that were, okay, not a lot, a good portion of the players that you see on the screen right now are not the people that were all intentionally supposed to be, or initially supposed to be in this event. From memory, I know the red team, besides the 2 subs on red, had different players planned. I think the orange team worked about as planned. The yellow team worked, I think, as planned as well, for the most part. I think the lime team, besides the sub, worked pretty much as planned, but also I think had 1 or 2 people that were supposed to be on other teams, or sorry, that were supposed to be on this team, and then some of the people on the team were supposed to be on other teams. The aqua team I think worked pretty much entirely as planned, besides 1 sub as well that I think happened before the team announcements. The blue team I think had 2 people that weren't supposed to be or that were supposed to be there initially, but I think some planning didn't work out or communication was poor. I don't remember. Purple team was supposed to look differently initially, and then the pink team I think had 1 or 2 people that were supposed to also not be there initially. So you understand that in a roster where we have to manually put everything together, and then a bunch of people either can't make it, no longer are interested, or there's just things that go wrong, that causes stress, especially when the event is in 2 weeks or whatever, however we manage to do this. So let's go over every single team and only talk about what was publicly known, or at least start with what was publicly known. Red team, which was the winning team, consisting of all people who play Minecraft, which is a bit of a problem, especially in the first rookies. Second rookies, that wasn't actually a problem. I don't know why I said a bit of a problem. It definitely was the main problem with rookies 1, but Ollie and Gold I think subbed in for Poke and Gucky respectively. Yes. I think that's the word, whatever. That was definitely too strong, but even with Poke and Gucky, I think this team would have done really, really well, because that's still 5 Minecraft players, and also Poke proved to be a very good player in the Block Wars 10, so I think would have still been a problem. Then the orange team here, obviously was a very fun little squad that was put together. Saikuno was playing because Saikuno was one of the people who requested rookies to be a thing, or more so made a suggestion that went in line with our plans already. So we sent him an invite, of course. 5UP wanted to bring Sleepy and Rain in together, or rather Rain as a newcomer into the event, which is a very welcome surprise, obviously, because Rain has been actively playing alongside Sleepy for the past couple of events. And then Rafflegator was added from Anthos, which was a nice little addition as well. Golden Gorillas is a team that was pretty much entirely made by Fur, except for the addition of Krinios. Fur wanted to bring, I think initially it was supposed to be Ultri, Philboat, Virus, and another player. The other player was not available, but would have played if you know, the date went in line with their schedule. So I got Ryan and Krinios to play because I think Ryan wanted to play. So there you go. Worked very nicely. I think it was a very fun team. Surprised, honestly, that they got 7th. I think this team is not bad. I think it was mostly because Ultrife was having connection issues. But I think this team would have done really well if that wasn't a thing. Anyways, next up, Lime Lions is probably the most maybe top 3 most interesting teams this event. Maybe I'm biased, but I think this team ended up being super good rather, sorry. With the addition of Fan, Eric PointCrow, and Joe Bart. Obviously, Joe Bart now being a staple of Block Wars. I think it created a very interesting team dynamic. I very much enjoyed, the teamwork aspect, and I think Ghosty as a sub for Abe worked out very well too. I think she fit the vibe perfectly. So definitely a cool team. We ended up placing 5th, so middle of the board. We'll take it. So yeah, that was the Lime team. Next up, Teal Turtles is one of the other Minecrafter teams. There was 3 somehow. Well, not 3, 2.5 ish. But you got Piso, Toby, Grace, Amy, and Lexi as a combo. I think they ended up placing 4th, which is very nice. And this is honestly a very cool team to see too. I think Amy and Toby both like popped off. Yeah, Toby got like 8th. Grace got 12th, which is very good. Amy got like 16th. Fantastic performances here, which is very nice. So yeah, very cool team. Obviously, we've seen combinations of these players in other events now, and we've seen most of these people actually. I guess by the time this video is uploaded, we'll have seen all these players in MCC too, which is very interesting. Regardless, next up is the Blue Bears team. This was I think initially supposed to be like Misty, Simple, and Ross with 2 other players, but I don't think communication ended up working out super well there. Either way, Lenchu and Ant Venom were added to the team, which I think worked out pretty well. The team ended up placing 3rd, which I think Ant Venom and Lenchu were definitely buffs for this team. But yeah, I mean, worked out well, decent team. And then moving on, we have the purple team. This one was also one where I think, Curry offered to bring in a team, I think. But what ended up happening was that he also wasn't able to properly get in contact with all the people that he intended to have on his team. So he ended up being a solo, and we had to relatively last minute put a team together. Kyle and Michaela were both interested, I think, in playing at the time, or like reached out being like, hey, we want to play. So we were like, sure. And then we got AI Candy and Shizu, to also make an appearance, which I think worked out pretty well too. And then finally, you got the Fuchsia Frogs, where Anthos wanted to put a team together. Obviously, he wanted to be with his best buddy Feinberg, which understandable. And then at the time, he was very actively talking with VTubers, so he got a VTuber team. I mean, he still talks with VTubers pretty actively, but he was making a push to introduce VTubers to the event. And honestly, good call. I think it's been a nice bonus to have in the roster. Obviously, Demi ended up playing on my Block Wars 9 team alongside Boost for Sleepy and Rain, which was probably one of the best, if not the funniest, like Block Wars team of all time. It was very, very silly. And then Mooney and Megalodon both made an appearance in Rookies, I think, or Megalodon, I think, made hold on. They either made an appearance in Rookies or they made an appearance, or whatever. Rookies or Chaos was when they played another time. So that was very interesting. Either way, that's really the teams. This pink team ended up underperforming, which makes sense. But yeah, balancing definitely wasn't great. Rookies 2 was phenomenal compared to this, way better. But there was still some very interesting combinations, and the value of this event happening should not be underappreciated, because I think Rookies 1 was a catalyst to the future of Block Wars, really, and especially in Block Wars 9 that became very apparent to see what would be able to happen, and more so Block Wars 9 onward, because after Block Wars 9, or I guess after Block Wars 8, technically, when Joe signed up, by himself, and we got some variety in the roster, things have been looking pretty good. Next up, I already did this in the last one. We can review a bit of the update video for Rookies. As far as I'm aware, Rookies update video was kind of just trying to make the event a little bit more friendly towards, I've got it playing on 2x speed, towards the variety streamers. So this is just introducing how Rookies worked. Then the race map, Canyon Run, was like nerfed. There was also sound effects and like quality of life changes and tutorials added. For the Rookies to have a bit of an easier time understanding how the event works, and also because it makes the event look a bit more clean. I don't remember exactly what is being mentioned here, because I don't think either of those games were in, or Battle was in, okay, I remember now. But yeah, Battle was in, wasn't played, so it doesn't matter. But we ended up nerfing the kits and changing the scoring a little bit to favor more team play rather than just individual performance. This is the move lineup. This is Blitz Hunt mentioned, which got added, or got the cardinal directions added, and some other quality of life features. Or extractions, extracting got improved. This is the party lineup. I don't know if there was many changes there, honestly. This is mentioning that the old race map has been changed and overhauled to be a little bit easier, and we've used this map twice now, I think, maybe 3 times. I don't actually remember. No, Chaos was a different map. But we've used this in both Rookies events. I don't think it'll be in the next one, but very interesting. And yeah, that was Rookies. I mean, Rookies, honestly, pretty good event. Definitely has some flaws, but I'd say overall definitely a net positive for at least the event. Maybe not specifically this one, but overall a net positive for the event. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on Block Wars Rookies 1, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.